that's part of life, and we hope to get better with time. So welcome to this conversation, welcome to this live stream, but also interview focused on people and for people that have lived through immigration, integration, and navigating systems in foreign countries. So if you're someone out there living in the diaspora, or even have someone that is planning to relocate, this interview is for you to help you understand how people face different systems and navigate systems differently, but also focus on changing systems. And by you sharing your experiences, it will be able to help us fix things that need to be fixed and make life better for everyone. So allow me to let our guest introduce herself, and we'll kickstart off this conversation. And of course, if you're joining us right now, join the conversation, comment if you want to, but we're not going to be answering to the conversations because this is an interview. We'll do that after the live stream. Thank you so much. Introduce yourself, Doreen, please. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Rooshoff. Thank you so much for inviting me to this live. My name is Doreen Kainda, and I am a digital creator, just like Rooshoff. I also do digital marketing. I am a mother of 3 and a lover of life. How else can I describe myself?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't see the live stream. I wanted to share it, but I can't see it. Maybe we'll see it afterwards. I think it doesn't matter. Okay, it's now there. I'll do it afterwards. So Doreen, you already have a little background about these conversations and what they're about. So I'll say we'll dive right in. You share things that you're only comfortable about sharing. Don't feel pushed, talk about things that you don't really want to talk about. So I would say, tell us briefly about your migration journey. Tell people where you are right now, where you're coming from, before you joined here, and how long you've been living here so far. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So, as you know, life is a detour, and mine is no different. I share a lot of this also on my YouTube channel. I came to Germany when I was 18 years old for the first time. And we did German as a subject in high school. So our German teacher back then, he is originally a German guy, he introduced us to the au pair program. And that is how I got an opportunity to come here. So the plan was to study and to build a life just like any other young adult.
Yeah.
Then my life took a different turn. So I got married, I had 2 children, and then I went back to Uganda. Well, not willingly, but I went back to Uganda and stayed there for a while. And I came back in 2023.
So how long had you stayed in Germany before going back to Uganda?
It had been 4-5 years. 4-5
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So I did my au pair. I also did FSJ. It's like a voluntary year at a hospital. Like any other young adult, I was trying to figure out how I was going to get to university or house building and all that.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of challenges, as you know. For you to get a student visa, there's this blocked account that you need to have, where you can financially prove that you can take care of yourself in this country.
Yeah.
Because I did not have this financial capacity, even though I passed my entry exams for Studienkolleg, which is like a preparatory year to then join university.
Okay.
So that is actually why I did the FSJ after the au pair.
Was that like your intention to stay a little longer to find a way of building a life here, or
Yes,
that just
was the plan. The plan was to study.
Yes.
What happened next after the study, I had not thought so much about. But I knew I want to study and build a life here.
Yes.
And I also had a responsibility because I was the first one in my family to even get out of the country. So even at 18, with my little au pair money, I was still paying my brother's school fees. So and you know how it is. Immigrants' life is not that easy for everyone, especially if you don't have a rich background. If you're to make it and everyone is looking at you,
So yours is a very interesting journey. I don't think I've interacted with someone that
Yeah.
is had the opportunity of being in Germany, leaving the country, and
And
then coming back, right?
yes.
So I'm curious to know,
Yeah.
like, I'm imagining your stay for the first route was very short. I wouldn't say you tell us anything about integrating.
Yeah.
So you went back to Uganda, decided to come back to Germany, and like you said, I think your motivation was economical, basically, like to have a better life for yourself.
Yes, my both times it was economical. The second
Yeah.
time with children, so I also wanted a better situation for me.
Yes.
And with divorce and all this, family drama, which
Okay. So
you
the
really have
divorce happened the first time or the second
the
time?
second time.
Okay, take us through your second time, your second migrant route to Germany. Which route did you use and which year did you come to Germany? If you're okay with that.
Yes, I'm okay with that. I would say my first time was easier than my second time.
Okay.
I would say my first time, first of all, I had not faced the much difficulties of life. I was still very hopeful.
Yeah.
I was alone. I did not have responsibility. Now, the second time I have three children. I am coming to. The first time also, I was not in a toxic, abusive situation, which I'm trying to run away from, or things
Yeah.
like this. My paperwork, the first time, it was really easy. I went to the embassy,
Yeah.
the appointment. I had all they needed. I got
Yeah.
my visa immediately. But the second time, because I had already lost my status,
Yeah.
I had children who I had to travel with, and I was needing consent of the other parent for me to get my visa.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It took years, a
Okay.
lot of back and forth, and a lot of frustrations,
Yeah.
to just come back, even though the children have German
Citizenship.
citizenship.
Oh,
Actually, this is a learning situation for people. If you are leaving this country and going to another country for a while, and
yeah.
you are in a marriage, you can sign a prenup which says that if something happens
Yeah.
outside there, what you would like to be able to come back with the children to Germany. For example,
Exactly.
if it's a even that just the same way you sign a prenup. These are things,
Yeah.
obviously you don't plan for such things when you
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially for the well-being of the children. And like you said, if being in Germany offers them a better future and they're already German citizens, that is their right. So
Yes.
now you get back to Germany the second time. That is the journey that now I'm really interested in.
Yes.
How did you start your journey? How easy was it for you? Where did you start from? We're talking about you come to Germany, finding an apartment,
Mm.
registering, your address. How did you navigate that system? Was it something for you? What did you experience? Those are the kinds of things that I would like you to share with our audience.
Yes, I had a very difficult situation. As I said,
Yeah.
I was also running away. You can sort of, you know,
Yeah.
for to start afresh, to and also to get protection.
Oh, okay.
Um, to get protection from abuse, from
Yeah.
statistic, financial, all kind of abuse.
Yeah.
And I knew there's a system here which can offer protection,
Yeah.
mediation, go to court, things like that.
Yeah.
So I would say that I had a support system. There is
Yeah.
one person who was my biggest support system. And the biggest thing is usually financial. How was I going to, in my situation, to come here with
Yeah.
three children? Those are four tickets, get an apartment, all these things. I definitely did not do this alone. I had the support of my very good friend. She's like an angel to me. She's the person who took it upon herself
Yeah.
to make sure that everything works out for me and my children. So she even picked us from the airport with the goodie bags, with the teddy bears and flowers. and took us, booked an Airbnb for us, put every single thing you could ever think of in that Airbnb, shop for the food. She
Yeah.
did every nitty gritty, even changed the bed sheets to kids Disney bed sheets at the Airbnb so that the kids
Yeah.
can feel at home. I definitely would not have been able to do this without her. I wouldn't. I
So
can.
what you're telling us is having a contact here before you relocate smoothes the journey.
Yes.
But I'm imagining even when you have a contact here, a time comes when you have to navigate the systems
Yes.
yourself. You know, like when you have kids, we're talking about kindergarten, we're talking about kita, we're talking about school.
Yes.
Depending on how old they are, you have to go to, you know, medical appointments and so on and so forth. So when we talk immigration and integration,
Yeah.
we always focus on things. What helps you to integrate, or how can you have an easy journey and ride during your integration process?
Yes.
So when you came back the second time, how
Mhm.
fluent were you, or which German level did you have, and how did that, you know, make your integration journey even possible, you know, for the starters?
Yeah, I would say I had an easier time because I had done up to B1 level when I was here.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So, but of course, I had forgotten a lot of the language. I was not confident with to speak it. It
Yeah.
so long, and I also needed to help my children. They had started Duolingo, but very basic.
Yeah.
So, but this helped me a lot. I don't know. I feel like it would have been way harder if I did not have the language.
Yes.
The language. Now, starting with immigration, that was the first challenge. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Um, the first time when I came, I went to a city which was had the rule that what you register at the, what is Rathaus? The
Yes, the Rathaus is like the mayor's office, you know, in other countries, yes.
immigration office. But
No,
in,
it's like the mayor's office. You can call it Rathaus, or we call it
yeah,
Boga Bureau. Yes,
yes. But in this city, you had to register at the immigration office,
yes.
which takes so long. So my appointment, I had to wait 2 months just to get registered in the new city.
Oh,
That means I have no access to anything. I cannot rent an
yeah,
apartment. I cannot sign a contract. I cannot even sign health insurance contract
yeah.
because also I had a 3 month visa which had to be converted to Aufenthaltstitel.
That's what I was going to say, because yours was a different situation, considering
Yes,
that actually the visa you came on had more to do with like your kids. So it's a
yes,
different situation. Yes.
exactly. So, but the kids had an easy time. I went to
Yes.
that house, registered them at
Yeah.
mayor's office because they get different rights as
Yes.
citizens, and I have different rights as an not an immigrant who's not.
Yeah, and you had to first get the right Aufenthaltstitel. Genau.
Yes, yes,
So, judging by your story, I've had 2 points that aided your integration journey, having a contact here and
mhm,
also being able to speak the language much as you were not fluent anymore. Which
yes.
other things or factors would you say made your integration journey easy or contributed to it, besides the
Uh,
language and having a contact here?
I would say I actively sought for help. I
Yeah,
actively um tried to connect with the people that I had been with before.
yeah,
I was open about my situation because I feel like being open with my situation and where I needed help is what got me help in the first place.
yeah,
Even with this really good friend who helped me, if I had not opened up about what was on in my life, although our relationship at first was professional because she was
yeah.
a client, I was a virtual assistant hustling online, and she
Ah,
was.
okay.
And we had contacts before, but not
Yeah,
very, you know. So I would say being open and seeking for information and seeking for
yes,
help and joining WhatsApp groups and asking,
yeah,
finding out what can I do actively. I went to the Migrationsamt,
yeah,
immigration amt to ask, okay, I have just arrived, I need to find schools for my children, I need to find this, and then they were able to give me all this information of, and also to find me a school. Actually, the first schools were chosen by the migrations amt.
Okay, that was my next question. Actually, I was going to ask, at what point did you have direct contact with the
Mm,
different systems here in Germany, and
yeah,
how easy was it to get information and also to get support? You've partially answered it.
yes,
May I ask which Bundesland that was?
NRV,
Okay. So
NRV.
would you say your first contact, you talked about Ausländerbehörde, you talked about Migrationsamt, and from what you're
Mhm,
saying, you had a positive experience. Of
yes,
course, because you could also speak the language, I can imagine, and you're also able to get the right information. Did I get that right?
yes, yes.
So, how was your culture background, or how did it affect your integration journey here?
Um, I would say, in terms of my cultural background, that was not a big problem.
Yeah,
Because I had been here before, so I knew what to expect.
yeah,
I think it was actually harder on my children because they left when they were 3.
yeah,
So it was definitely harder for them. The food, language,
yeah.
weather,
Talk about
the,
that.
yes, and also just the environment, how people interact, how people are
Yeah,
clean. Um, I mean, you know how it is in Uganda. It's
yeah.
like, everyone looks happy to see you. For you know,
I know, yeah.
the children are used to a different level of attention
Yeah,
from people. You know, you go to the market and the lady at the market smiling at them and giving them some sweets, and you know,
yeah.
yeah, being embraced. And
Okay.
also, we have to talk about the racial difference. Now they feel different.
In what do you mean exactly? If
They
you're
feel,
okay sharing that,
because they are a minority now. They are not.
they don't feel embraced, or
No, they did not have that idea before that
other
I am.
they were different.
Yeah,
I understand.
they did not have that idea before that I am different. I am
Yeah,
black. You know who thinks about that in Uganda?
yeah,
Yes,
I
they are
know.
okay. I am black.
I totally
I
get
am
it.
different.
Yes,
I am an immigrant. I am, all these things are thrown in your face.
yes. So
Yeah.
what you're trying to say is there have been incidences without going into the details, and if yes, did you get any support, and at what point did these incidences come up in
These
regard to racial difference?
incidences, these incidences started immediately they joined school,
Wow.
and it was a big struggle. I actually, with my oldest, I went several times to the school, because there was bullying. There was not. It's not all my children.
Yeah,
My oldest just didn't had a really bad experience.
yeah.
My second born went to a school where it was, the children were not as mean.
Okay, they were more open. Yeah.
Yes, yes. But for my oldest, and these schools were also chosen for me. So I didn't, and I also didn't know which school is better than which one. And at that point, you
Exactly.
are not looking at which school is better. You're looking for, endly, she's finally joining school, because I had
You're
waited.
just starting. Yes.
We had waited, and they were eager,
Yeah.
So, um, definitely my oldest had it rough.
So what I'm hearing is it would have
Yeah.
made more sense, much as the Migrations Amt, held your hand and guided you. It would have
Yeah.
made more sense to give you options, to tell you what other possibilities, so that you can make a choice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I feel like they should have, and they didn't even ask what is the background, if it's the right school,
Yes,
or.
absolutely.
But for me, I thought, okay, Gesamtschule,
Yeah.
it's a mixed school, it's better. I had not all this, and I
The
also,
concept, what is Gesamtschule, you need to understand that, yes.
Yes, and what I understood is that okay, this one it's they could choose later. They could still do abitua.
Yeah.
They can still do that. Okay, but I didn't. My second born had a chance to choose because she
Yeah.
went to elementary,
Yeah.
so she got lucky, I would say,
Okay.
because she got to choose the school that and she was just in the she went to third class, fourth,
Yeah.
and was able to choose the school she goes to. Then
Okay, the weiterführende Schule, and for the ones who are here, the
right,
English speakers, that is like high school in other countries. So I
exactly.
guess after that time, you had already like a little bit navigated the system, gathered information. So yeah, so I hear like there's more deficit when it comes to Beratungen or these appointments, that there's need to give deeper options, deeper information, but also to give you the different options for you to be able to decide what's right for your child, and also to pick interest in the person that is coming for the Beratung, to know your hintergrund, your background, before you even suggest something for them. I totally
Yes,
get it. Yeah.
yes, and you see, the language makes it also difficult.
Yeah.
I think there should be maybe a language school that they go to before,
Yeah.
not that then the language is used to decide which form of school you go to,
Yeah.
because my daughter usually the there's 2 years which are needed for DATS, Deutsch als zweite Sprache,
Yeah.
but my daughter was able to complete that in 8 months,
Yeah. I've experienced that with some of my clients. Yeah.
and she was able to start getting regular noten,
Unterricht. Yeah.
not noten,
Max grades.
grades,
Yes.
so she could be graded
Okay.
with the rest of the kids.
Oh, I totally understand what you mean now. I think I've experienced that, where, like,
Yeah.
my cases, the ones I've dealt with are parents that have come on their Azul journey with children, and they
Yes.
are automatically judged like you have to go to Hauptschule or you have to go to this Schule, because again, that is the deficit. Everyone imagines maybe they are not good enough for a gymnasium, or they will not be
Yes.
able to make it. And you are right, the cases that I've supported, the children catch on very, very fast. And these kids have been able, to go on with gymnasium and have amazing results, and they learn the language quite quickly.
Yes.
I understand what you mean now. That is a very good point. Like not being put in a box, what we call schubladen here. I totally get it. Yes.
I feel like that really affected my daughter
Yeah.
because she went to the wrong type of school for her.
Yeah.
And this affected her in a way that um, the teachers obviously, well, they mean
Meant
well.
well.
They're
Yeah.
praising her, and they're saying, she just came and she's getting better grades than you.
Yeah.
She just came here. How is that possible? But that makes her get bullied.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because
And
you're treating her differently from other children.
yes, and my daughter is passionate about studies. She's somebody who wants to learn.
Yeah.
She likes to do homework. She's not the one who's going to say, no, no homework.
That's amazing.
So when the teacher asks who wants homework,
Yeah.
she doesn't know these kids are like, in order
Streber.
to, yeah,
I know.
that, yeah.
Yeah. So actually, this was almost like my last question, but I'll ask it now because it's relevant. Since
Yeah,
you're a parent and we're talking about kids, please don't share details you don't want to share,
yeah,
that are very sensitive.
yeah.
I'm also interested to know, have you had contact to other Behörden, for example, Jugendamt or other public offices like police, and how have you dealt with that in your role as a mother, as a parent, but also as someone with migrant background?
Yes, I had dealt with all of them.
Oh my God.
Wish I could
Now
tell.
I'm curious.
I wish I could tell you different.
Yeah,
And the Jugendamt was in my house 2 months after I arrived. Actually, after I moved to the apartment,
yeah,
the Jugendamt was already there. because they had gotten a report from the kid's father that they were not safe.
Okay.
So that is the work of them to come and check that they are not safe.
Yeah.
And he also wanted to sue me.
Okay.
So I entered with already legal all kinds.
And from your point of view, everything was fine.
I have dealt with all of them.
Yeah.
Now, when somebody goes, yeah, they also went to police. Once somebody goes to the police,
Yeah.
that's the first thing I learned. You don't have to go respond to the police and write your own statement. You need to go look for a lawyer,
Yeah.
for example. I also know that there is state support, but
Yeah.
they pay for the lawyer for criminal cases. They only support you in the lawyer for custody cases.
Yes.
This is important information that I found out at the. I had to find out at the
When you
beginning.
needed it.
I
So
was
that's where the question comes in. How did
yeah
you get this information?
through experience, through going through it. I went through it.
Yes, you went through it, but now the
Yes.
step is, for example, I'm curious, no, when Jugendamt came for the first time, was it something that was scary for you? Did you
Yes.
get clear explanations why Jugendamt was there? 3, were you scared?
I was very scared. Obviously, this is child protection services. These are the people who have the power to take away, I don't know, your kids. And or you've had every single thing about them and what happens and what they do.
So all negative. At that point, you
All
had only negative things.
all
Or,
negative.
yeah.
All negative. And they also come with no meldum. Like they just show up.
Yeah, Unange mailed it. Okay, that was
Yeah.
a special case. Normally, yeah, there are different reasons why they would do that.
Yeah.
Maybe the answer again, depending on what for complaint he made, but normally, of course, they're supposed to send you a letter, let you know, or call you. We got this complaint and would like to come over. So in most cases, when they just come Unange mailed it, that means it's a very serious issue. So it could
Oh
have
yeah.
been a case, yes.
Yes, it
But I
was.
can understand how scary that is.
That was very scary. Yes. But it was he was still respectful, and
Yeah.
we went to have a really good relationship
Yeah.
with the Jugendamt,
Okay.
because when you know there's nothing wrong you're doing, or you are actually doing the right thing,
Yeah.
or what is best for you and what is best for your children, then there is no need to be
Yeah.
afraid.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to prove all this, and it's a whole process,
Yeah. So would you say there's need for especially migrant people, which I unfortunately have also noticed with people that are indigenous here, more awareness creation, for example, about such services, public services like Jugendamt, that they're actually there to help and not
Yeah.
to punish or take away the kids, because I hear just negative connotation.
Yes, they are doing their work.
Yeah.
They are there they have gotten a report from one parent
Yeah.
that the other parent has stolen the kids, and they are in danger, and
So they had to act.
they need to be rescued.
Yes, yes.
So
Absolutely makes sense. Yeah.
so obviously they have to come and investigate. And then when they came, they said, I showed them, okay, I've been to the Migrationsamt.
Yeah.
This is the contact of this person who is helping me look for the schools.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I had not found a school yet.
Okay.
I had already registered for Kita Online, which is an online service for finding a kindergarten.
Yeah.
So that was another one. It took me 8 months to get a spot.
Yeah,
Um,
that's difficult here in
I
Germany.
have showed that I am actively
Doing something.
yes,
Yeah.
and although I did not have fancy things, the apartment was small,
Yeah.
but I had at least the beds for the children were there.
Yeah.
They went to check that the kids' room has a bed and things that they need.
Yeah.
So I explained, actually, I have only been here for 2 months, so I might not have the fanciest things, but there is a bed. They've not
Yeah.
they have beds. There are 3 beds there for the children, and I sleep here on this couch.
Yeah.
Because it's like for me, I'm starting life.
I totally understand. Yeah.
So I had the amenities. I had the kitchen. I had a washing machine.
Yeah.
No, and I think there is eBay Kleinanzeigen where I got things, some for free, some for uh,
Yes.
others from friends. I had clothes for them that I had gotten from people.
Yeah.
So and I had already done the school shopping for them because obviously they were so excited, and I bought the things that I thought they would need for school and all that.
Yeah.
So that okay, I am not an irresponsible parent.
Yeah.
The kids are not in any kind of danger. And then I explained this is an abusive situation that I was running away from for the safety of myself and the children.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you've talked about like having all the amenities for the apartment.
Yes.
I'm imagining at that time you're not yet employed.
No, I am not employed. I
So
have
did you
and
get any government support like from Sozialamt? And if you did, how did you find out about that? Were you
Mhm.
able to make this Behörden gang aligner, or you had support from an organization? How did you go about that?
So the first time I had a lady, I there was someone who had an organization for immigrants,
Yeah.
but not the official social worker from the state.
Yes.
And that was not working. So I went to look for a social worker from the city.
Yes.
And then everything started working now because the one from the city that was her
A
her
duty. Yes.
her
Yeah.
um I was not expected to do favors from her for her
Yeah.
personal favors, or she was just doing her work.
Exactly. So that is interesting. What I hear from that, for example, everything seems actually to maybe 40% worked out very smoothly for you. But I hear there were always like, what we call Stolpersteine, before you got the real social worker, you went through someone. And I'm wondering, or if you maybe reflect about that,
Yeah.
why do you think you had to first go through another route before finding the right route, for example? Was it lack of information, or what would you have wished to be different for you to have everything move smoothly right from the start?
I think I would say a lack of information,
Yes.
especially the part of okay, there's actually you can get a social worker who supports you through the process.
Yes.
So that part I was not very familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it delayed things for me. It
Yeah.
took 5 months for me to get any financial support.
Yeah.
It didn't need to take that long, but if you get somebody who's actually, I I would go to the office because she had an office, and there will be 5 and 6 women all together. We are waiting. She picks this paper, she calls this phone, she returns, and then I get out of there and nothing has been done. Okay. I have sat there and I've gone there with my kids. I've sat
Yeah.
2 hours. But when I found the social worker from the state, I have
Yeah.
an appointment at a certain time. And in 1 hour, and it is just me, not a bunch of women all getting,
Yeah.
and it was professional also. So that means in 1 hour, we would get so much done. So much done.
And you had
Yeah.
everything explained, right?
Yes, she would make phone calls, write emails on the spot, print things, copy things, send things, things like that,
Okay.
which was very effective. So I would say that that definitely made a huge, huge difference. And she also supported me with all manner of things, even
Yeah.
finding a sport verein,
Sports by like a club, sports club.
a sports club, a
Yeah.
football club for my oldest, a ballet,
Yeah.
because daughter likes to do ballet.
Yeah.
All this information, or even how to, um, this Frauencafe where women meet and they,
Yes.
and you start developing some new contacts.
Yes.
And because at that point the children are not going to school, so at what point, how do I get my kids friends or interact with other parents,
Yes.
or so she will give me all this information. And she also was sort of like a somebody who is informed on how to deal with people who are in such situations where
Yes.
they are
Of course.
under pressure,
Yes.
mental stress. And every time I would come to her, I would feel like calm and like I have help. I would say she really went above and beyond. I would say also, like,
That's it. That's great to hear.
when she definitely did, she definitely went above and beyond.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
So I also have a question when it comes to integration. Well,
yeah,
depending on someone's journey, I don't know if that's the path that you've already taken.
yeah,
What would you have to say about integration in regards to your job, profession, or career, if it is a direction that you've considered? How
yeah.
have you gone about that? What hurdles have you faced? How easy or difficult has it been? And what you wish would have, you know, worked out differently, or what resources would you have needed to either start your career, be successful at it, or navigate that journey, if it is something that you've started or considered?
Yes, I have considered this. I am still on this path. So I was very delusional when I was in Uganda.
Yeah. Why?
So I had already started looking for work. I already sent my CVs. I even had interviews. But I got these interviews in Berlin,
Ah, okay.
and my plan was to go to Berlin. But I knew nobody in Berlin, and accommodation and all these things.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think, you cannot even tell them, you cannot even start work when the children have not started kindergarten. It's going to take you 8 months to even just get a kindergarten.
So you didn't think about who take care of the kids and so.
I was, but I think it's not delusional, it's ambition. It's like,
Yes.
I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this and I'm going to go to work and everything's going to work out. Papa, papa, I will get to Berlin and then I will start this job and then yeah.
Yeah.
But then the reality hits you once you arrive, that you, especially if you are a mother of children, you need childcare before you can go to work.
Yeah.
Childcare takes long, 8 months to get a kindergarten,
Yeah.
3 months to get the children into schools. So yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah. So I
Uh,
hear
so
lots of
the kindergarten, the last, when my last daughter got kindergarten, then now I had time and I could
yeah.
go do the language course. So I started from where I stopped. I went to B2.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
basically, the only options you knew about Kinderbetreuung, I would say, or
mm,
child mining was either school or nursery, and that's all.
yes,
Exactly, and that also goes to show, the lack of Aufklärung and information, because there are very other many options, for parents and state funded,
yeah.
and yeah, I totally get it.
But at that point, I was already in contact with Jugendamt and they knew that I was looking.
And you didn't get this information.
No.
Yeah.
So, and my social worker was also there and she tried,
Yeah.
was also trying so hard to help me, but there was a lot of hurdles. There is no space and this and that, and there is kita online and there is a waiting list and these people are in front of you and blah
Yeah.
blah, all kinds of things. So
So you said you're currently working on that journey. Is it something moving smoothly for you? Are you getting all the information you need? Are you able to navigate all the systems, be it having the perfect CV for the German situations, be it interviews? Have you had interviews? Are you aware of the differences, for example, in the job market compared to the one in Uganda where you originally come from? Or how is it?
I would say I've had to do a lot of research. I have gone to like appointments, Beratungstermin, but I would say that the assistance that they give is so generalized that it does not suit to your particular situation. Because
Okay.
I need something that is flexible like this. It needs to be nearby so that I can pick my child and go, and I need it to suit. And this is my background of my career. This is what I think I'm trying to do. What
Yeah.
there are so many barriers, barrier after barrier after barrier, and navigating these barriers is quite challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially for someone with migrant background, I can
yeah. There are so many
imagine
barriers.
that. Yeah.
For example, after the doing the language,
Yeah.
I do a practicum, an internship.
Yeah.
Let me, because I want to get into the IT field, let me
Yeah.
do an internship. And then you go, and the job center says, okay, yeah, go and look for an internship. But
Yeah.
what they do not tell you is that the people who are getting internships are Shula, like they're enrolled in school
Yeah.
or young, or so I would fill out all these applications of companies and be like, no, we are looking for Shula.
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't have that. And then I'm also at that point, I don't have Nachmittag betraying. My daughter comes, I have to pick her at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
So I cannot do a full-time practical. I need it
Yeah.
to be
Yes,
part.
because practicum is normally full site. Yeah.
It needs to be part-time. Who's gonna give you a part-time practical
No one. Yeah.
in the field?
It's already giving low effort.
So so but I navigated by going to my LinkedIn,
Yeah.
because I had a LinkedIn. I started writing people, and I had somebody who has an IT firm, but
Yeah.
it's not even here.
Wow.
So I did an online practicum in Denmark, which
Wow.
was flexible enough for me because I can work from home. So
Yes.
I can do it part time. So that means I could still pick my daughter at 2 and come and do it even at 8 p.m. when everyone has gone to bed. I can still finish my what I need to do for that day.
Yeah.
So those are kind of the barriers of your professional background, the barriers of opportunities and barriers of entry, the
Yeah.
barriers of being a single parent, the barriers of it's barriers.
Yeah, I
And you
totally get it. Yeah, being someone of migrant background, normally people who are born here, they have omas and opa who can help with the betrayal. They know the system. Because I find it very unfortunate that you didn't have this information for all the possibilities that are there. We have Kinderfrau that can even come to you and they would have taken care of the child. We have Tagesmutter and all that, but you
yeah,
didn't get that information. But that is good. And that's why these conversations are very important, because
yeah,
from your conversation and what you're explaining from all the systems that you went through,
yeah,
there's a lack of culture sensitivity and understanding. So you're
yeah,
getting information that is actually probably more beneficial to someone that is born here, to someone that has grown up in the system,
yeah,
compared to someone that is of migrant background.
yeah,
Like you said, with Job Center, you're just given general beratung, not mask
yeah,
not inclusive, for a
yeah,
situation. And
yeah.
someone is
It,
not
it
resilient
sometimes
enough.
feels as if somebody is just marking their to-do list for their job.
Wow.
You're just another number, just another class. So it's not, yeah.
It's
That's
not intentional.
no.
Okay. Yeah.
I even went to one of their meetings to get help to structure my CV,
Yeah.
and there were two. There were two of them. This one gave me conflicting information.
It's sad, but yeah. Oh my God.
And then I told them, okay, can you review it and give me feedback?
Yes.
No, they don't have time for that. They're just giving me general
Information.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
make it more interesting. Just make it. I'm like, okay, I've made it.
But
I
you
need
need this
to
support.
review it
Yes.
and know what I need to change, to add, or what is your impression. No, they
Yes.
don't have time for that.
Exactly. That's what I've asked
They've
you
just
for
come to
me.
a general presentation.
Yes, because I've seen situations of people who are here, well educated, qualified, but they're struggling 5 years, 6 years, and they've not found, a job here. And that has a lot to
Yeah,
do with understanding the system, understanding
yeah,
what the German employer looks for in your CV, and so on and so forth. And those are services that would expect one to get during those Beratungen.
yeah,
And that's why it's important to, to see what loopholes are there and what can be done better.
yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
So, as we almost conclude, would you say you are fully integrated, or is your integration journey still ongoing?
My integration journey is still ongoing. But I think I judge myself more because
Yeah,
when I talk to other people who have been here longer, they're like,
yeah,
"Oh, you've been here 2 years with two kids, with divorce case and this case and that case and this case and kids and what, and you have done your bits,
you've done well.
done
Yeah,
practical, you are on your path, and you have dated, and you have
yeah.
how
You're active. Yeah,
still post on TikTok when? How? And your kids are still doing well in school. How? And you don't and you still show up. How?
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just young. I don't also know
You're
how.
proactive from your story. You're
Yeah.
proactive. You're not, someone who is getting discouraged from the few, I would say, stones that you've found in your path, but you always try to find
Yeah.
your way. So what do you think you would need to, complete your integration journey? I also believe that the integration never ends, it's ongoing. But
Mm-hmm.
it would be important if someone at least is able to say, now I'm at least 90% integrated after a certain period of time. I don't know how long you've been living in Germany. So, what do you think you'd need, or when you think about your journey right now, what do you think is still missing, or what is that wish where you're like, if this would happen this way, then my life would be smoother?
I actually don't have that mindset.
Yeah.
I think my life has been very rough, that I I'm usually very content where I am, and I just find happiness now for where I am.
Yeah.
I'm not somebody who thinks, oh, if this happened, if that happened.
You're not
I
so much in the future. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. Of course, the future has to be planned. I am
Yeah.
conscious of that, but it's not something that keeps me up at night, because I think for me, what I find very important is that there is this book I read about having systems, not focusing on the goal.
Yeah.
Do not, don't focus on, I want to lose 10 kilos. Focus, I am going to exercise every day at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So for me, I focus on system, like, okay, and as long as the system is moving, I am going this, I'm going this,
Yeah.
I'm not focused on the,
Perfect.
because that gives a lot of stress,
Yeah.
in my opinion, when you focus on just the goal, and I need to lose weight, I need to get a job, I need to be successful, I need to
You must
as,
have a plan. Yeah. That's
as long as I am doing things every day
towards your goal.
towards to the goal, I'm not even thinking about the goal. And when you are a parent, you can have a goal and then you have a crisis with a child, and you must stop that,
Yeah.
and it make space for that,
Yeah.
because, for example, I wanted to do my Umschulung, my training this
Yeah.
year, last year,
Wow.
but I needed to focus more on the parental side, because
Yeah.
my kids were transitioning, and one was struggling, and they needed me, that area
Needed you, yes.
needed priority more,
Yeah.
to get some stability somewhere, then now I pick this side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Understandable.
So, but if you are very focused, like in 2 years I must do this, in 3 years there were pressure,
Yeah.
and also I am already used to living on survival mode. And I had been on survival mode for so many years. So
Yeah.
I try to, even for my mental health, to calm it down
Okay.
and trust the process, however long it's going to take. I don't compare myself to others. I compare myself to myself yesterday,
Yeah.
myself.
The most important thing is that at some point you get there. I think that's what matters.
Yes, yes.
Would you be comfortable sharing roughly? You don't have to say the years if you're not comfortable. Like roughly, how long have you been in Germany?
23, 24, 2 years, about 3 now.
About 3 years.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're doing really well.
Yes,
Honestly,
about 3.
living here for 3 years, you're doing very well.
Yeah.
So as you notice, I keep saying we're about to end the conversation, but being a mom also makes
Yeah.
your this interview very interesting and gives me many factors that we can talk about.
Yes.
But definitely the last one before we conclude. You talked about parenting and having contact, for example, to Jugendamt and some of the challenges that you faced.
Yes.
My question is, have you at any one point had situations where you think my cultural background has affected the way I parent or influences the way I parent? And has that caused any problems, for example, with the system or
Yes.
not?
Yes.
You don't have to share the details, please. Keep that in mind. Yeah.
Yes, because for example, the way that they evaluate a child here,
Yeah.
evaluate them according to the context of this cultural background.
Yeah.
So, for example, let me just give her an example.
Yeah.
How we express anger as children in
Yeah.
in an African setting is not by cursing, tearing papers, or doing that. It's more, I would say,
Internal.
internal.
Yes.
So we don't explode. We don't explode like that, right?
Yeah.
But now for that here, it seems as if the child is suppressed, or if
I get it. I get what
if
you.
they're not tearing papers, if they're saying some words.
Yeah, the kids, yeah, probably not even probably because of course of the system and knowing their rights and all that, they are more expressive, which is not necessarily always positive how they express themselves.
Yes,
But I understand what you're trying to say.
yes. And also the understanding that when a child comes here, it's a big adjustment.
Yeah,
So they cannot fit their evaluations.
yeah,
For example, you cannot do an accurate IQ test for
yeah.
a child who has just been speaking German for a year, for
A
example.
few weeks, yeah.
And you do an IQ test in German and you call that accurate, for
Yeah,
or any kind of tests.
yeah,
It cannot really be accurate unless you can do it in English,
yeah.
because language is not a measure of IQ. You can
No, absolutely.
it's not a measure of intelligence. That's what a lot of us also, even in Africa, we have that
Misunderstand, yeah.
perception. Yeah, this one doesn't know English, they must be
Damn, yeah.
dumb. But it doesn't work like
I totally get
yeah, language is not a measure of
intelligence.
intelligence or what somebody can do or what
Yeah,
is are. And that is a big, huge thing here, that
yeah.
they put it as if the language is the end all and be all.
Oh, Doreen, it's been such a pleasure. And my question to you is, one, are you happy here?
Mhm.
Two, if you were to start all over again, is
Yes.
there anything that you do differently in regards to your journey, migration and integration?
I would say I am happy.
Great.
I am happy because where I was now and where I am now is different. I am more
Yeah.
I am more free. I have control over my life and my future and what I
Yeah.
can create here for my kids. I have support from this system. I have to give credit to this country.
Yeah.
That is why I came here, because there is support for women and children. There is a safety net for when you
Yeah.
fall or you, I don't know, whatever happens, you have a divorce and you must start your life over.
Yes. So the support.
There is support for
Yeah.
that. There is support for children. There is support in that sense, financial
Yeah.
and all that. So I definitely would say that is something that I really appreciate and makes me happy here. Everywhere has challenges, whether being far away from your people.
Speaking of the weather, yes,
Yes.
I do struggle with that myself
Yeah,
a
being far
lot.
from your family and all
Yeah.
that. So that is definitely an aspect that I would say
Yeah.
that, yes. Anything I would do differently? Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I did what I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you tell someone
Yeah.
that is planning to migrate to Germany or Europe in general?
Um,
What advice would you give them?
I would tell them to do enough research before and to know that to
Yes.
manage expectations, have a lot of patience for on yourself. So don't put unrealistic goals on yourself. Make contingency plans. Know that there might be detours on the way.
Oh yeah, that's very true. That's very
Yeah, have grace for yourself, and
true. Yeah.
also take care of your mental health, because a lot of people come here and they start taking substances. They go on they veer off in
From that path. Yeah.
different directions, or your career is functioning but this part of your life, or you have no social life, or you
Yeah.
isolate yourself, or you know all these things are really important.
Oh, Doreen, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you here, and I appreciate, creating the time to join this conversation and also being part of the change. I wish you all the best on your journey here in Germany. I hope that all your dreams come true for you and your children, and that maybe at some point in future we can have a conversation and you can say, I'm fully integrated, I'm fully happy and content. But for now, I'm glad that you said you are happy in Germany. Thank you so much. And for everyone watching here, you are officially invited to be part of this movement, to be part of these conversations, to be part of this change. You can DM me on Instagram under the name Rushoff, and I'll tell you the details of how this works out. We can always go live on YouTube or on Instagram. Our next live stream is on Saturday on Instagram. Normally, I'll be doing this once a week, but it so happens that both guests gave me appointments in 1 week, and well, I wouldn't say no. So
Yeah.
catch you on Saturday, and
Yeah.
also if you feel like this is something you'd like to join again, join the conversation, share
Def-
the link with someone that would want to share or benefit from this video. And the change starts with us, and for everyone that joins these conversations, you are contributing to change of policies that will benefit you and other people.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Oh,
you so much.
make sure you subscribe to Rosehoff's channel.
Oh, thank you, Doreen. Have a nice evening.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Bye.